his role, his national identity as like an American, right? And that was in flux. That was threatened, and he was attached to it and didn't know why. But when your cage gets rattled, your attachments show themselves. And so when we are attached to how others perceive us, anything that can threaten or fluctuate our image, it's going to stress us the fuck out. It's going to pull us into a negative state. When we're in a negative state, what happens? We think from the negative state. We feel unsafe. When we feel unsafe, what happens? Nervous system goes into fight or flight. When that happens, what happens? We prioritize familiar thoughts and beliefs. Okay, why is that bad? Okay, well, if we're trying to create a new life, create a new level of business, create a new level of income, how the fuck are we going to do that? Well, depending on old thoughts, old beliefs, right? And that's what happens when we're worried and we feel unsafe. And so a lot of us were attached to things, and it's this attachment that is hijacking our state. When our state is hijacked, we feel unsafe. When we feel unsafe, we rely on thoughts and feelings of anxiety, thoughts and feelings of scarcity, thoughts and feelings of doubt and unworthiness. This is just how this is just how our deal works. It has nothing to do with you being unworthy. It has nothing to do with you being weak. It has nothing to do with anything wrong with you. Right? This just comes with the territory of being human. This just comes with the territory of knowing how important your state is. Right? Hit your heart if you're with me on this so far. Right? Beautiful, beautiful. And so again, I encourage you to take an audit of what you have attached yourself to, right? What have you attached yourself to? Because here's another phenomena of being a human. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't mean you're weak or whatever, but we are blind to what we normalize. I'm going to say it again. Please hear it. We are blind to what we normalize, right? We just can't see it anymore. We become blind to it. And now, that's a big problem if we've normalized attaching things. If we've normalized attaching to things, guess what? We're blind to what we've become attached to. We're no longer aware of it, right? We're blind to what we've become attached to, meaning we'll find ourselves in negative states and not know why, right? We won't know why, right? I was talking with a friend of mine, and he was like, dude, I just feel so unsafe right now. And obviously everything with the elections going on. And he was attached to like his role, his national identity as like an American, right? And that was in flux. That was threatened. And he was attached to it and didn't know why. But when your cage gets rattled, your attachments show themselves. When your cage gets rattled, your attachments show themselves. And so it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing, but okay. If we're going about our business as usual, we need to understand we're blind to what we've normalized, right? When we do it a lot, it becomes automatic. When it becomes automatic, we stop noticing it. When we stop noticing it, that's a big fucking problem if what we've stopped noticing doesn't serve us, right? Doesn't serve us. And so a lot of us, our biggest problems aren't because we suck. We say this all the time. You are a fucking limitless powerhouse. You truly are. The source of what you are, where your power comes from, where your consciousness comes from, where your awareness comes from, where your power to choose comes from, that is inexhaustible. No one like that literally will run out when you expire. But until then, you are inexhaustible, right? So don't ever get it twisted. You're inexhaustible. But when we limit ourselves, when we limit ourselves so often that we stop noticing we're doing it, that's a big fucking problem. And so back to attachments, right? When we're attached to something, it has the power over us, and we are highly invested in it staying exactly the same. Okay, so let's say you're attached to 10 things. That means every fucking day whether you're conscious of it or not, you have to keep an eye out on those 10 things because you're attached to them. You're receiving worthiness from them, or you're receiving safety from them, or you're receiving something from them. But think of it. How crazy would it be to have to monitor 10 things every minute, all day? But a lot of us are like that. We're like, okay, yeah, am I getting validation? How do I look? How do I sound? Am I where I should be? Am I successful enough? Do I have enough money? Okay. Do people respect me? Okay. Do I have enough likes? How's my social media, right? Like we get addicted, we get attached to certain things. And so this isn't rhetorical. I really, truly want you to reflect on this. And I would love to hear from you guys in the chat as well. Like, what are some things? What are some things that this conversation is bringing to your awareness that you are attached to?